Did you know that some of your favorite foods might not be as real as you think? From counterfeit olive oil to imitation Parmesan cheese, the food industry is full of shocking deceptions that most consumers have no idea about. In today's video, we're revealing the most faked foods in the world, the ones you've been eating for years without knowing the truth. Ever wondered if that extra virgin olive oil is actually virgin, or if that luxurious truffle oil contains any real truffle at all? What about the honey on your toast? Could it be mixed with syrup? Stay tuned, because we're exposing the biggest food frauds that could be sitting right in your kitchen. And believe me, what we're about to reveal will make you rethink your next grocery trip. First up on our list is one of the world's most popular cooking oils, extra virgin olive oil. You might reach for that pricey bottle thinking you're getting the best quality, but studies show that up to 70% of the extra virgin olive oil sold worldwide could be adulterated. That's right. What you're buying as extra virgin may actually be mixed with cheaper oils or processed to mask poor quality. So how do they get away with it? Fraudsters add colorants like chlorophyll or chemically process the oil to mimic the rich, fruity flavor of real olive oil. The truth is, unless you're buying from a highly reputable source, it's difficult to know if your olive oil is authentic. The easiest way to tell? Real extra virgin olive oil should have a peppery finish that lingers in the back of your throat when you taste it. And always look for certifications from recognized bodies like the International Olive Council. Honey, a natural sweetener loved around the world for its health benefits and delicious flavor. But what if I told you that the honey in your cupboard might be anything but pure? Faked honey is one of the most common food frauds globally. In fact, recent investigations have revealed that a significant portion of honey on the market is diluted with cheap sugar syrups to cut costs. One of the biggest reasons for honey fraud is the high demand for this golden nectar. To meet the demand and lower costs, some producers cut corners. But how can you tell if your honey is real? Genuine honey is thicker, more viscous, and takes longer to dissolve in water compared to counterfeit honey, which will dilute quickly. Next, let's talk about Parmesan, or should we say fake Parmesan. In the United States, some of what's sold as Parmesan cheese contains more than just milk and rennet. Shockingly, a 2016 study found that some store-bought Parmesan had wood pulp in it. That's right, companies have been caught mixing cellulose, a byproduct from wood, into grated Parmesan to prevent clumping. And that's not the worst of it. Some Parmesan cheese products don't even come from Italy. Many are made with imitation cheese or mixed with cheaper alternatives like cheddar. True Parmesan, known as Parmigiano Reggiano, comes from Italy's Emilia-Romagna region and is made using strict traditional methods. So how do you make sure you're getting the real deal? Look for the DOP, Protected Designation of Origin label, which guarantees that your cheese was produced under the right conditions in the right region. Truffle oil, an expensive, luxurious ingredient that adds earthy richness to gourmet dishes. But here's the kicker. Most of the truffle oil on the market contains no real truffles at all. That's right. While your menu might boast of black truffle oil or white truffle oil, many of these oils are flavored with a compound called 2,4-dithepentane, a chemical that mimics the aroma of truffles but has never been near a real one. So if you're buying truffle oil at your local grocery store, there's a good chance it's all smoke and mirrors. Real truffles are incredibly expensive and rare, so if your truffle oil was a bargain, you're probably getting a chemical imitation. Fish fraud is rampant, especially when it comes to labeling. You might think you're buying wild-caught salmon, but in reality, you could be getting farm-raised fish, or worse, an entirely different species. A 2018 report found that 1 in 5 samples of fish tested globally was mislabeled. Cheaper species like tilapia or catfish are often passed off as more expensive varieties like snapper or grouper. This not only deceives consumers, but can pose health risks if mislabeled fish contains allergens. So how can you avoid fish fraud? Buy whole fish when possible, as it's harder to disguise the species. And look for third-party certifications like the Marine Stewardship Council, which helps ensure sustainable and accurately labeled fish. Ah, coffee, the fuel that powers millions of mornings. But did you know that some of the coffee you're drinking might not be 100% coffee? In some cases, ground coffee is mixed with fillers like chicory, corn, or even soybeans. This practice is most common in lower quality blends, and while chicory is sometimes added for flavor, many consumers have no idea they're drinking something other than pure coffee. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell if your coffee has been adulterated unless you buy whole beans from reputable sources. Instant coffee is particularly prone to adulteration, where cheap fillers or non-coffee ingredients are mixed in to bulk up the product. The best way to avoid fake coffee? Buy whole beans and grind them yourself. Not only does it taste better, but you'll also know exactly what's in your cup. Saffron, one of the world's most expensive and luxurious spices, but also one of the most faked. You might be paying top dollar for what you think is authentic saffron, but there's a good chance you're getting a counterfeit. Because saffron is so valuable, it's often diluted with cheaper substances like dyed corn silk, turmeric, or safflower petals. These fake versions can look almost identical to the real thing, but they lack the distinctive flavor and aroma of genuine saffron. Water, it's likely fake. Be wary of cheap saffron, as the real stuff is always pricey. Next up is vanilla. Vanilla is one of the most beloved and widely used flavors in the world, from ice cream to baked goods. But here's the shocker. Much of the vanilla you're using is far from the real deal. What you think is pure vanilla extract might actually be synthetic vanilla flavoring. Real vanilla comes from the seed pods of vanilla orchids, but this process is incredibly time-consuming and costly. As a result, artificial vanillin, a chemical that mimics the flavor of natural vanilla, is produced synthetically, often from sources like wood pulp or even petroleum. The biggest issue? Most vanilla-flavored products, including some extracts, use synthetic vanillin because it's so much cheaper. While artificial vanilla might taste similar, it lacks the complex flavor profile of genuine vanilla extract, which contains hundreds of aromatic compounds beyond just vanillin. To get real vanilla, make sure the label says pure vanilla extract. It should only list vanilla beans, alcohol, and water as ingredients. Anything labeled imitation vanilla or simply vanilla flavoring is likely a synthetic version. Real vanilla is more expensive, but for true flavor enthusiasts, it's worth every drop. Kobe beef is famous worldwide for its rich flavor, tender texture, and intense marbling. But here's a secret that restaurants don't want you to know. Most of the Kobe beef you see on menus is fake. Kobe beef comes from a rare breed of Wagyu cattle, and only beef from cattle raised under strict regulations in Japan's Hyogo prefecture can legally be called Kobe. So why do so many restaurants label their steaks as Kobe when they're not? Because the name carries a reputation for luxury, allowing them to charge top dollar for a product that's often just regular beef. To make matters worse, some places serve lower quality American Wagyu or even regular beef and pass it off as Kobe. Authentic Kobe beef is rare, and only a few restaurants outside of Japan are certified to serve it. So, if you're ordering Kobe and it's not costing you a small fortune, it's probably too good to be true. Real Kobe beef is not only rare, but incredibly expensive. To ensure you're getting the real deal, always ask for the certification that proves its authenticity. If the restaurant can't provide it, you're likely eating an imitation. And there you have it, the most faked foods in the world that you might be unknowingly eating every day. From adulterated olive oil to counterfeit Parmesan, it's time to be more cautious about what ends up on your plate. Which of these food frauds surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay informed about more shocking food revelations, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another food investigation. We have more eye-opening content on the way, so stay tuned. And until next time, eat smarter.